Alright, we're going to get down to business on this one. Now, you seen any of my videos talking about them folks? You know I talk about them. I talk about them strong. But I'm going to do a little something different this time. I'm going to do a little something different. For you, those of you who don't know, I was born in 1964. So I lived through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And I look at a lot, I've seen a lot of videos. A lot of people far smarter than me that look like me, teaching me lessons all day long. I grew up listening to Stokely Carmichael, Huey Newton, just the Black Panthers, Black Power Party. You know what I mean? I'm a country boy that grew up in a town that was a slave hub in Missouri. So what I'm going to talk about is what it was like growing up. Some of the things that happened in my life. What I've seen. I'm going to give you just a little different perspective. Hey. So, growing up through school, I say there's probably, let's just say it was 50 black people that lived in this town that I grew up in. Probably about 10,000, 8,000 to 10,000, I think, when I was in school. You know, you get your little, you learn quick when you live in a town like that. Now, I grew up around good people, young and old, that mentored me. We had a little farm. My family had a little farm. You know, everybody did a little something. You know, sawmills, horses, cattle, just farming. And when I got into probably like 5th, 6th grade, you know, a lot of them kids would hear their brother or sister or daddy talk a certain kind of way. So they bring that shit on to school with them. You can't do nothing at school about it till they go ahead and put their hands on you, and then you just go ahead and take the detention. Oh, you know, parents get called. Back then they could still paddle you. So I got a few of those too. But as I was growing up around that, see, we moved from where we was doing all our farming into town, better schooling. Now, I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't know why we was moving there. I didn't. I mean, school was school to me. I just wanted to be around my little classmates that I did like. And education was extremely important for us folks. Well, it still is. You know what I'm saying? We search for knowledge. It's a natural thing. We try to become more intelligent, more in tune. So we moved into this little house on the end of town. Me and my dad would go over there before we had moved in it. Weeds was higher than the house. We'd go over there. We'd chop down weeds. We'd burn. We'd chop down. We'd burn. We sitting on the porch. I guess I was at 8, 9, probably 8, 9 years old. No running water, no electricity, a couple of ponds or outhouse. Now it was just me and my little brother and my mom and dad at that time. Me and my brother 3 years apart. So I'm over here with Dad, and we cleaning up this yard. We sat down on this old piece of porch, and my dad starts telling me. He said, "Now look, we gotta get this yard all cleaned up so your little brother," and I think my little sister my mom was pregnant with my little sister. She was, because he said, your little sister. So I must have been probably around 10. Anyway, we sat in there, and he said, "Now we gotta get this yard cleaned up so your little brother and sister can come out here and play and not have to worry about getting bit by no bugs." All right. He said, "Now, since you the oldest, that's gonna be your job growing up. You gotta make sure people know that they can't mess with your little brother and your little sister. You gotta keep the pest away." Well, when he said that, he didn't know and I didn't know. Now, I always listened, whether I agreed with it or not. So I had I was willing to take the fire for talking back sometimes, But I wasn't going to talk back about that because I understood what he was saying. I had already tasted a little bit of racism. You know what I mean? Doesn't take long when you grow up in that area. So I grew up with that in mind. We got the old place cleaned up, moved in. It was like an 8th mile where we had to walk to get water. And I'd go over there, 2 5-gallon buckets, and we'd bring back water. Well, not buckets, it was water containers. One day, while we were sitting there eating dinner, my mom looks at me and she says, "You ain't going to school tomorrow." Wait a minute now. I know how important school is. She said, "These boys is messing with your little brother. I want you to stop it." And my brother was I guess he was probably in 1st grade then. So I'd been in 4th. So our neighbors, we stayed right next, I'd stand right next to my neighbor's house. They had a big set of hedge bushes. You couldn't see over them. And I could hear them kids yelling at my little brother, them names. My little brother ain't saying a word. He's up ahead of me and he's just walking. He ain't looking back, nothing. right there. And some boys were getting closer. I was getting madder. And then we had a little space that we ran through. You know, when we was walking, that was one of our little cut-throughs. I see my little brother walk past that spot. And I know them boys is right there behind him. And I come between them hedge bushes. I don't know what I looked like, but I know what my intentions was, and it wasn't no good. They were walking side by side, 3 wide. And I took them all to the ground. I got on top of the big one, gave him the best I could, turned around, tried to grab the second one, got a couple good shots in on him. The other one got away. My little brother scared him. He took off running. Scared him when I come through the bushes. I remember what my dad said. And I heard what them boys were saying. And I knew what it felt like when they said it to me. So when I got permission, it was set in stone. I was supposed to defend my little brother and my little sister. Even if they knock your eyes out, you give them time to get away. From that moment on, I looked at life a whole lot different. Now I was still a kid. I still had my fun. I still had all that. But every time I'd hear something, it just strengthened my resolve. Now, once I hit my adolescence, you know, they see you walking down the street, and they'll chase. I had a pickup truck full of them chase me. I'm running down through yards, I'm cutting them, I'm cutting. I'm losing a lot of them. I come around the wrong damn corner. A couple of them caught me. And I knew how to fight, but it was too many of them. And they showed me what they thought of me. Lucky enough, it wasn't an old enough pack, because they didn't, you know, it was more the sport of showing me what they thought than it was finishing there, you know. So after that day, my little ego healed up, forehead healed up, ribs, you know, all that shit. I started making sure that I took every opportunity to repay the shoulders that I stood on for their trouble. Know what I mean? I would make myself bait for them fuckers. Chase me around the corner thinking they're getting ready to do something. But I already remember that first one. And I was going to make sure that wasn't never going to happen again. And every time I got a chance to repay somebody, I made sure I paid in full. Now, there was a lot of times in my life that I went through that kind of shit. lot of times. And I got pretty goddamn good, too. Because they forgot I was still a country boy, too. I knew how to hunt. I knew how to trap. Hard for a rat to pass up its cheese. So when I talk about people that don't look like me, I know them. I've sat at the same damn tables as some of them bastards that turned on me. I know them. So this is the thing that I want the people who look like me to understand. We're resilient. We're tough. And every time they lean on us, it just tightens up the strings, you know what I mean? So we can't let these people up here, because I can guarantee you, the shoulders that I stand on, seeing those people in their eyes. I know that because I see them the same way. Because I listened to the shoulders that I stood on. Behind every white smile are clenched teeth. And any white lie can be catastrophic. So I don't bite my tongue much about those people. I ain't hateful. Hey, my wife is white. But she's my wife. And you can believe she knows who I am. A lot of my buddies, they're white. And you can believe they know who I am. See, I don't care where you come from. I don't care who you know. Just don't forget who you are. And don't be afraid to let somebody else know who you are. I don't pass judgment on people. I pass judgment on character. If you got good, I got good. If you want to be like them, I'll give you your opportunity. There's a lot of people who look like me, think just like that. We all come out the woods. I'm going to tell you a little something about a hunter that looks like me and a hunter that looks like you. You go out there with your guns and your rifles, in your sense. You know, all them cosmetics. I used to get so damn close to deer I could damn near touch them. Used to practice that shit. How close can I get? I wasn't going out there to kill them. I was going out there to play. I didn't know the skills that I was honing. But simple little things in life can teach you a whole lot. And I understand why people would think that things ain't the same as they was before. But white supremacy never will go away. There will always be those people. Everybody wants to beat or be what? What do you got to be supreme over? You look at every ethnicity and they want to be above the black. Because they're not. And you have to remember that. That colonial bullshit out your head. Because they can't do shit to us. For 400 years they've been trying to get rid of us. Destroy us. We've given millions of souls. We're still here. There's no other group that could have took the strain that we took. Right there. We are the top of the food chain. People who look like me and you. Desperation and fear is what you're watching. Trust me, I know. They'll come up with all these little advantages that they think they have. We're the original predators. We catch our pests, we catch our food with our intellect. We beat our prey with our intellect. Now, you beautiful young people that haven't had to deal with none of that, hey, listen to this story. I ain't made nothing up. You look at any of my videos, you'll see my passion. I'll say some shit other people probably won't. But this is what I'm saying. Since the beginning of time, we've been kings, queens. And God knows kings and queens have been warriors. We are everything they want to be. Look at what they do. Look at what they did. You look at all the things they try to do to humiliate us. It's desperation. Our silence right now increases their desperation. Fear is in their DNA. And if they can't destroy something, that's a real problem. That's something they can't dominate. That's what got this whole thing started. They seen the knowledge. They seen the power. And the only way to get in was through deceit. Deceit they had formed already over hundreds of years. Their tongue's thick. It's forked. Their deceit is their game. But the mask is off so they can't hide. They can't throw that hood back over their head. They can cover their face. But we're intertwined into this country, just like their racism is. And we pass knowledge. Just like we did when we was beating our drums, clapping our hands, and singing our hymns. We are still telling the story of the African. And the whole world sings the songs of the African. Everything is designed from the African. Now, I'm just a fucking old country boy, and I ain't got no education. I can't tell you nothing about what I just talked about in an academic sense. But I walked across the graves. I walked through the fields. I've worked those same fields. And I know these people. They ain't got no power. They've only got presentation. So sit back, relax, and watch the fear of the fools interact. What are we waiting on? We waiting. But they got to round up their minions. Let's start feeding ourselves. Let's start growing some groceries. Because when they fill them shelves back up, they ain't going to be wanting to feed us nutritional shit. Do you know what I'm saying? That shit'll be regional. And hell, they can live off of different shit than we can. So let's grow our groceries. I don't care, just grab your handful of old vegetable seeds, any old. Run down there behind the old abandoned house and throw them down. Throw them everywhere. Because they're going to be trying to starve their people out here in a minute. They get nice and passive after they get hungry. We can't be eating the same poison they eat. They coming. There ain't no doubt about that. So we gotta eat healthy, feed ourselves. Make sure you ain't got no lead, no mercury around. If you see somewhere they ain't tending to that property, they ain't spraying it, throw seeds. Nature will do the rest. We gotta get back to the cycle of life, folks. Because they getting ready to do some culling over there. Too many people for the power they need. Get your medicinal plants. Get your education. They haven't seen our offense yet. And we know their game. See, that's the thing about people who look like me. We don't have to talk a whole lot when shit goes down. I think the roots reach down for our ancestors and pull the spirits up. I believe that. I think that every time, every step that I've taken through those fields, I felt them. I believe in the spirits. I believe in nature. And the roots from Mother Africa cannot be drowned out by no ocean. We need to tie back in, folks. Detach from those people. And we'll rise with the Sahel, with our brothers in Africa. It's just a little information, just a little something about me. Being a country boy, growing up through all that. No big deal. Been broke all my life, and I'm good. Just keep pushing, people. Their cycle is done. That's why all the chaos. They're trying to wear you out. So we just keep on sitting back and we rest. And we watch what fear and desperation does. Because them other folks, their shelf life is up. They being pulled down off the shelf now. See, DEI and affirmative action and all that shit, that was their shelf life. And they just took all that away. All them grants for them farms, subsidies. It's their turn. We just sit back and we watch and we wait. See if them American imposters beat out them white supremacists. And whether we got allies or another day at the office. I reckon this is long enough. And I'll probably post some more shit, something like this we'll talk about. It's just part one, maybe. It's quiet elevation. Let's elevate.